am Sai Balaji, a second year student at Krea-verse. I have a major of economics and doing a minor in psychology with a possible concentration of environmental studies. I believe interwoven learning is instrumental for me in studying and knowing economics in a much better way. Because as a field, economics has multiple diversions within them, such as behavioral economics, environmental economics, developmental economics, and many more. I'd like to take an example of behavioral economics that I studied at Krea and how it has helped me apply interwoven learning. This course is an intersection of economics and psychology. It looks like how the Homo economicus, the traditional economic human being, is not actually present in the society, and it tries to gauge the difference between Homo sapiens and Homo economicus. We study here economic functions, but with the concepts of psychology, such as heuristics, biases, and cognitive overload. We also study how these rational functions are always not a perfect indicator of how society behaves. I believe through such instances, I have applied interwoven learning in my day-to-day courses and in general throughout my experience at Krea. I'm majoring in economics, minoring in psychology, and I have a concentration in environmental studies. So how all these three disciplines, which are starkly different from each other, play into the interwoven learning pedagogy? I definitely feel that through courses such as behavioral economics, where I have to think, read, and write about research proposals that I'm going to possibly do in my third year, I think about how I can form connections between these three disciplines and come up with a research proposal which incorporated behavioral economics, consumer psychology, and a possible sustainable fashion, which is a part of environmental studies in this whole exercise. I believe there's such instances where professors really challenge you to think about forming connections across disciplines while engaging you in such cross-functioning exercises and projects. I do feel that interwoven learning does play into all three disciplines. I believe interwoven learning has prepared me for my career in a myriad of ways. I could give one example about how I got selected for the Harvard College Project of Asian International Relations Conference, which happened this February. I had a prompt of how could I, as an individual, talk about social, economic, and political issues across the world and what impact I could make. I referenced to the courses that I learned at Krea and my diverse experiences across Krea that I had, from being the club president of the social outreach club to being in the core team of the music club. I had done experiences across fields, and even in the interwoven learning courses of my first year, I had done and I learned so many topics which gave me an appreciation of the general and thirst for the specific knowledge of economics. And I told them about how Krea has developed my vision to look at the broad aspects of the world and not just be focused in one silo or one field. And that is how I got selected for this project. And considering my latest program of going to Stanford summer school, I've taken courses across fields such as digital media and personalization, people analytics, and even in a seminar of high-performance computing and AI, which technically doesn't have anything to do with my major, minor, or concentration. But this is what interwoven learning gives you, a deep sense of appreciation for the general and your thirst to learn across disciplines. This is how I feel that interwoven learning has helped in my career for thinking about being a master's student in behavioral sciences and potentially being a behavioral science consultant or going into environmental consulting and applying behavioral interventions in that space. One of the instances where interwoven learning has played a crucial part in the classroom is in a course called Creative Economy, which is cross-stitches in economics, business, and even literature in the arts for that matter. This course had talked about how music and the creative expressions such as arts, dance, and performing had come into the technology industry and it started to play a key role in forming these new type of businesses. And I was in awe to know about the expanse and the vastness of the creator economy that exists in India, especially. Talking about businesses as Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and what are the models and how do they actually generate revenues was an eye-opener for me, because it not only involved the aggregate of economics, but to also engage the audience in their arts and the performances, and to also think about it as a business model where how do they raise funding, how do they make these pitches, and all of those aspects really came into play in this course. I also was in a group activity where we had to come up with a firm or like a startup idea where I had to think about how will I be a part of the creative economy. And our idea was also quite interesting, where we almost managed to reach the semi-final, which we had a competition. We almost managed to reach there. But yeah, overall, this course was so good that I could really see the Interwoven Learning pedagogy at Krea come to play.